Hello friends, so today we have some company. My cat Torty is also going to be assisting us with some seated belly dance. Now belly dance is fabulous for your upper body and your core, and it's a lot of fun and there's a lot of jiggly bits. So it doesn't matter if you've never done this before, it will come quite naturally. So we're just I'll just explain some basics. If we're going to be coming forward, doing a little bit of a shake. So if you are able to feel secure under your feet so that you don't feel your tip forward, that would be great. So if, for example, you are perched on a chair, if you need a little bit of support under those feet to feel grounded, so you feel a little bit more solid base, that's good. So, no other props required today. We're just going to have a warm-up. So beginning from the hands, the best thing, we're going to rotate the wrists. If you can get a bit of a fist and just imagine that you're just drawing circles with those knuckles, making nice knuckly circles. And then when you think your wrists are turning as much as they can, just open your hand out and keep just turning. Once you start turning your wrists, it's also starting to work your forearms. Okay, and just reverse it. Enjoy any cracks, because I can hear cracks on my hand, my wrists, they're cracking away. It's lovely. I'm going to spread those fingers as well. So have some wide open, put my hands there so you can see, wide open and crunch, wide open, just really crunch, open, crunch. Okay, just getting a little bit of warmth in there. And shoulders, so we need to warm the shoulders up. So squeeze it up to the ear. And on an exhale, roll them back and down. Breathe in, squeeze them up to the ear. Exhale, roll them back and down. Again, breathe up to the ear. Roll them back and down and up and around. Just keep that going. Change direction. This feels nice, lovely. And then just roll alternate. Nice. And whilst we're rolling our alternate shoulders, do notice how it makes the torso twist, because in belly dance we do a lot of isolation. So seated belly dance is ideal because as a belly dancer you move your upper half quite separately from the lower half. We can do, but that's a real feature of belly dance, is the isolations. So we're now going to try and slide our ribs side to side, and ideally, if you can, you're going to try and get them across in a straight line. So what I mean is, you first of all need to get a good base at the core. So squeeze your belly button in, pull up the pelvic floor if you can find it, so that you're really, really grounded here. And you want to lift your ribs as high as you can. Higher you can get those ribs, the easier it is to separate and isolate them. So I'm going to try by putting my hands down on the sofa, really raising that chest, and now just going to slightly press it to one side and slightly to the other. Actually, I find that really limiting. Maybe have your hands wider. It doesn't really matter. What you try not to do is tilt your body, because that's shoulders. You're trying to get your ribs. So imagine you're trying to push the side of your ribs one way and the side the other. So you see how you're just going across one side and then the other. And this is, all of this moves that we'll be doing is incredibly good for your back and your upper back. So it's all worth practicing. So that's just a side to side. Okay, and as I said, ideally it's going side to side. It's better to do a little side to side than to do a tilt to tilt. It's a completely different thing. Okay, so that's quite challenging, don't worry, just something to work on if it's not happening immediately. And the other direction is up and down. Okay, so it's a chest up, and then to bring it down, what you do, you pull in your belly button, crunch. So push your chest up nice and high. You can rest your hands on your lap if it helps to get that lifting the rib cage, and then use your stomach and then squeezing the belly button. So up and crunch, up and crunch, up and crunch, up and crunch. Now notice my shoulders don't go upwards. So when I push upwards, imagine as your chest goes up, you're pulling your shoulders down. So if you think, and that will actually help elevate as well. So pull those shoulders down, that brings the chest up, and then you use your belly button, crunch, the chest up, crunch, chest up, crunch, chest up, crunch, chest up, crunch, up and crunch, up and crunch. Really nice stretch on that mid and upper back. And if you're using your pelvic floor and your belly button as well as really strong pull in, it's lovely for your lower back. It's just wonderful, isn't it? Okay, so that's another base. So that's one move. That's your chest up, up, up. Another one is the shimmy. So again, we need to have fairly relaxed shoulders, which I know can be a challenge if you've got a lot of contraction there, but keep those shoulders down and back as much as you can. And we're just going to do a little shake, and I find it's easier if you lean forward. Things wobble more easily. So it's your rib cage that you're shaking. It's not about trying to move the arms, it's your ribs. So the more you push them out, the easier they are to shake. Okay, so that's a shimmy. And you can gently move forward and back as much as you can. This is where being anchored, having your sort of lower half feeling anchored is quite important. Okay, so that's your shoulder shimmy. And then we have a shoulder press, which is just pushing one shoulder and then the other. Press, 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 and that gives a nice little gentle twist through the spine, which feels very nice. Push, 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 push. So 3 moves so far. And the final one we're going to do, oh no, we've got 4 moves. I tell you why, because we have number 1, shoulder shimmy. Number 2, chest up and crunch, up and crunch. That's a chest rise and drop. And so that technically is 1 and that's technically 2. And then we have the side to side to side to side. Lovely. And I think finally we'll have, and we've got shoulder presses too. There you go. Loads of moves. We can do an entire dance with that. In fact, let's try. So we're going to have recap, shimmies, chest rise, chest drop, that's crunch. Crunch, we can often do a rise followed by a drop, but it doesn't have to. You can do 2 rises or just do 4 rises. And you can do 4 crunches. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a crunch is just literally squeezing those abs in, but you're going to try and keep your chest up. Okay. Oh, I'm sure we've got plenty in there and mix. I have no idea what we're doing next, but I'm sure it'll be marvellous. What we need is some music. So hopefully you can hear this okay. We'll start with a little shimmy. Just keep that shimmy going, keeping those shoulders low as you can. Chest going up and crunch. Up and crunch. Again, up, crunch. Up, crunch. Now shoulder push, 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 push. Faster. Push. Shoulder shimmy. Back up, forward. How about a slide? A slide. A slide. A slide. Slide, slide, slide. Keep really tight here. Chest up, up. Keep pushing that up, up. Now crunch, crunch, crunch. Pull up the pelvic floor at the same time. Crunch, 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 crunch. Shoulder shimmy. Forward, back, forward, back. Shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add a little torso circle. So torso circle, it's folding from the waist, so you're going to swoop round and up. You keep the spine absolutely, there's no rounding, it's not like a round. The spine is straight, the chest is proud. So if you had your hands on your hips, you never lean far back, you're just always so that your spine is absolutely straight. So there's no leaning back or dumping into that lower spine. Okay, you only come forward and then you swoop up to sitting. Forward, it should feel really nice on that lower back. Okay, and then we'll reverse. So this is a torso circle. And if you want to be fancy, you can do some little wrist curls. Now, we're going to add, if you want, a little bit of a shimmy into that torso circle. And then around the other way. Again. And I find it really helps to squeeze your thighs really hard together. That'll help, if you can, to keep you feeling a little bit more stable. Okay. Don't come too far forward that you feel like you might tip. Just come as far forward as you can. Remember, straight spine, no rounding. Okay. So here we go. We're going to push, push, press one shoulder, press the other. Push, 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 chest up, crunch tummy, chest up, crunch tummy, push up, crunch tummy, up, crunch tummy, and shoulders. Going round in that torso circle with a nice straight spine. Don't worry if the shaky bits stop, it just means you get all that spasm and tension in the shoulders. Just make it down into a torso circle, that's still very nice. Right, we'll give all that a break. Let's shrug our shoulders. Shrug, 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 shrug. Let's do hands. Just turning those wrists. And the other side. Sorry, I can't help moving. We're just focusing on the wrist. So let's draw what I call air art, air sculpture. So just get that wrists turning. We're going to draw a heart. So this is the top point of the heart. We're coming out. Just keep turning those wrists. If you keep your middle finger tense, it helps to keep the other fingers straight. And it's like you're just scooping slightly with that middle finger, and then we're just coming down into a point. And we'll do that again. So at the top, we're coming out, just drawing the shape of a heart. Lovely, one more time. Lovely. Arms wide, shrug one shoulder and one shoulder. Shrug, 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 shrug. Chest up. Hold it. We're going to crunch down. Up and down. Up. Now we're going to put 4 up. And then we're going to crunch times 4. Okay, here we go. So up, 2, 3, 4. Crunch tummy. 1, 2, 3. The music is going slow. And 4. And shrug. And shrug. And shrug. And shrug. Shrug, 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 shrug. Arms wide. So keep that shrug happening, but we're going to keep our arms a little bit wider. And allow your torso to be pulled by the shoulder. So it's not the arm moving. Try and keep your arms relaxed. It's your shoulder that's dragging your body. And just let it pull you as far as you're comfortable. And shake. Shake to one side. Lean forward and lean back. Forward and back. And a little circle. Keep shaking, little circle. If the circle doesn't feel right to you, just do what shaking you can do on the spot. Keep the belly button pulled in so you feel nice and stable. And now we're just going to circle, straight spine, roll forward. So you're just pivoting at the waist. The spine is straight as a board. And then you can, if you want, add a bit of fancy handwork. And then slowly back. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and crunch. Up and crunch. Up and crunch. Up and crunch. And shake it all out. Shake the hands, the arms. Well done. If that was your first time belly dancing, it's an alternative way to dance, but valid, and I hope enjoyable. I can do a whole bit of choreography, I can add lots more moves, it's not a problem. So please leave me comments to give me an idea of what you would like and what you would enjoy, and just keep practicing. Thank you.